We'll now talk a little bit about what this means in terms of the open access wholesale network world. So, Julie?
Thank you, Kevin. Just a little bit introduction. My name is Jhuli. I actually a little bit shorter, so I should be going here. No problem, no problem. Oh, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Product manager and innovation responsible for Incognito software system. Oh. No. Really?
I was just using the keyboard.
Yeah, here we go. So Incognito software system for whom is Incognito? It's a 30 years old company for OSS system. We have our OSS stack system so we can do the autonomous network automation since the deployment until the birth certification of the CPU. Okay, we are also part of the Lumen group. And we are a Canadian company based in our headquarters in Vancouver. Okay? Just a little bit for the market, why I brought a little bit of the market. The companies, the carrier generally is not only looking for the monetization, this would be like a reducing costs and also increase revenue. And how we generally do that and what is happening that is causing this kind of issue. One of the big changes over the market is open access and neutral network. And this is not only here in the US. You can see like in Australia with NBN, you can see in Europe, you can see in LATAM with the neutral network. This starts to grow a lot and really fast. Some countries are regulatory, like here in the open access and some other countries, but some, like in case of Brazil, it started with the license with the carrier. So the carrier started this kind of engagement to reduce costs and to bring back the return of the investment faster. Okay? AI and machine learning, AI ops, cloud native, this is the must to have to reduce costs. Why? Because we need to know our network, we need to automate this network, we need to reduce this kind of OpEx. So automation is one of the keys for reducing costs. And we see over the industry more collaboration to reduce costs as well. Like we see Linux Foundation, Broadband Alliance, we see Wi-Fi Broadband Alliance, we see TM Forum, we see Camara, we see Open Gateway. All of them are open projects. So this is also to reduce costs. Merging and acquisition. You saw over the news Cox and Charter, you saw AT&T and Lumen, you saw T-Mobile with Metro and Luminous, and you saw Verizon with Frontier. And this is in the industry here, and not only here. We see, for example, Telefonica selling these subsidiaries in LATAM. We saw their agreement with Vodafone and also Orange. And this kind of partnership and telcos collaboration together is also to reduce costs. And we saw a lot of AI exploits for security. So security is also a huge key for reducing costs. Because can be an offer, it is also an opportunity for the carriers to bring. And how we do the monetization for the business, we talk a lot of network. So this would be the resource layer when we are talking about the closed loop, when we are talking about managing the resource layer. And there are a lot of opportunities over network. Like yesterday in the AI panels that we had, we discussed about how we can do the AI ops, how we can do the automation of the resource layer and we can reduce costs. One of them, for example, is one example from Sky UK. They are automating the IPv4. They are removing for the IPv4. 90% of their network for the subscribers is already using IPv6 only. What they are using IPv4 to sell as a service. So this is able using MAPT, that is map address for translation. So this is some of the carriers here in US I know that they use, like Charters, Cox, Medico, they are going through this way. But as fast as Sky, like 5 years maybe, they started this kind of deployment. Why? Because the CP didn't support. But nowadays, most of the CPs already support MAPT. And with the costs of IPv4, the public one, you can give this to the wholesale or give to the cloud or rent like Sky is using. Streamline OSS system like the ODA, why? A lot of carriers have silos. For each of the silos has one OSS. And how to break this to reduce instead of 5, 4 OSS systems? Why only have one integration? That is the objective of the open digital architecture from TM Forum. And cut infrastructure costs through cloud native modernization. Everyone knows that when you go to the virtualization in cloud, you'll be better using your infrastructure. And that's why one of the uses is the cloud core and virtualized elements. And to optimize fiber investment over the distributor. Like we see, most of the traffic will be video. And one of the integration in the edge computer over the CDMs can reduce maybe 70% of the traffic. And these CDMs must also be distributed. But if you go a little bit higher in the service layer, so the service layer needs also to be thinking the same as the business side and the operation side. Why? I worked with a lot of carriers that has a really the best network, but could not monetize. If you don't work with your market team, your product team, how you're gonna have the revenue bring back? And generally what we do is not to create the network and propose the network will bring revenue. No. I have, for example, in the USP, like Randy presented, all the information with my CPE, and I have the telemetry, and I know my subscribers. I know if they have 30 devices. I know if they use it for home office. And I can work with my product team to create new products and bring new revenues. What kind of services they are looking for? Home automation, security automation. They want Wi-Fi as a services. They want security as a services. So I'm bringing and working with my product team and my market team to start bringing more revenue for this. That comes from the business side. What my business side is looking for, what the type of customers I want to achieve. This will be more the wholesale with the open access, or this will be a partnership with the public sector like smart grid or utilities. And this will be, my network will be built for my end customer, not I will be bringing my network to offer to the customer. And the operation side, like AI Ops is one of the most reducing costs that the carriers are looking for. So the financial opportunities. Why open access and neutral network was looking for? To shorten the time for the return on investment. We have a lot of investment over fiber, but I don't have a lot of traffic or I don't have a lot of subscribers. Why don't share that? That's most of the carriers are doing over Europe or even in Latin America. So they can bring in and cut this return of investment actually in half. And Brazil is a little bit different because they have over nowadays more than 1,000 small ISPs. Why they have that? What are the goals from open access and neutral network? First is to bring back this cost reduction. Second would be how to monetize it. Third would be the competitors. So you have more ISPs and you are actually selling for them. This is a game to game. And this is how they doing the monetization. Automation, autonomous network. So we have a lot of customers that we do the whole automation, like I said. Since you put the CPE, you identify that it was connected, you give the IP, and we do the speed test to do the birth certification. So it's the end-to-end, like Teresa mentioned yesterday in her panel over the AI for autonomous network. Revenue boost. So know your customer. Bring what services they want. It's not only about networking, it's about business as well to reduce costs and increase revenue. Edge computing. As much as the traffic stays in the edge, less I have to the backbone. So this is also a network optimization that we need to think. And most of the MSOs nowadays is why it has are MVNOs. So Wi-Fi offload, if you see, 90% of the traffic, most of them will be over Wi-Fi. And I know some carriers that they promote like a different channel over the fiber and have their SSID proposed. So their subscribers can offload their traffic inside of your fiber. Then you will be paying less for these MVNEs. So the conclusion to reduce the costs is something that we need to plan is work together with all the business side or with the network side. This would be more intelligent, so you can need to check about your OPEX. How do I reduce my OPEX and increase my revenue? Some of the enablers, like we mentioned, automation is one of the enablers. Cloud and AI can be one of the cost reduction that the carriers need to start working. Open sharing, because the cost is to boost and society impact. Why open access and neutral network promotes that? Because this will be working with a small ISPs or is working with the utilities or working with the cities, and we can promote that for the society. Like, for example, smart cities, where I need some services for the people, like security, cameras in the security, automation in the IoT, like parking lots or something about the garbage, like some IoT projects that we did in the past. This kind will bring in a better services for the public sector and the partnership with the carriers. Telco digital transformation. If you see digital transformation is to enable new digital services. And when we are talking about Camara, Open Gateway, and you see this kind of promoting all over the world, this is a partnership with vendors, carriers, and the software companies like ours that will be bringing more revenue. And you can propose not only for your territory, but maybe you're proposing a service that can be offered for the other side of your territory. And this can bring revenue for you. And simplification on the architecture. I see a lot of kind of network implementation, and these sometimes bring a lot of complex and more system to manage. As much as you simplify, like over the network side and the OSS side and the BSS side, this will be a long chain automation that can be reducing the costs and increasing the time to market for new services offer. Okay. And thank you.
Thank you, Jhuli. That was very enlightening. And one thing that just occurred to me was that we talk about mobile traffic over Wi-Fi, but really in a way it's back to the cordless idea. People aren't moving, are they?